Hey, it's Luke with the Midweek Geek. This is an offshoot of RGCWV Random Geek Culture in West Virginia, and we've got the Game Awards coming up, and I not too long ago finished a game that is in consideration for the Game Awards Game of the Year, but starting to think that it doesn't have a chance. I'm actually talking about this guy right here, Spider-Man. So Spider-Man 2 came out not too long ago, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic game. It's a great, fantastic narrative. The cinematics were amazing in it. The graphics were out of this world. Really glad that they made it a PlayStation 5 exclusive. I'm not so sure, though, that it is better than some of the contenders that are on there. Most notably, I think that Baldur's Gate is going to win. I'm playing through that right now. I haven't finished it, but man, it is an amazing game. Best game since Elden Ring. But we're not talking about that one. We're talking about Spider-Man 2. So Spider-Man 2 was definitely... it was a great follow-up of the first one. It was a great follow-up to Miles Morales. The problem with Spider-Man 2, though, is when the first one, and even Miles Morales, came out, it was an S-rank, or at least S-rank contending game. But then we have all of these other great games in 2023, and though it's better than the first one, it's not so much better that it really contends with Game of the Year. Another thing about it is, I mean, if I were to really be honest with myself, I would put it at an A rank. But the other thing is I would also put God of War 2 Ragnarok, or God of 5 Ragnarok, at a high A. And to say that Spider-Man 2 was in the same category as God of War Ragnarok, I mean, it's kind of a low A. And the fact that it's a low A makes it not even a good consideration for this Game of the Year category. Now, I mean... It's really hard to talk about it without going into spoilers. So if you don't want to get spoilers, turn off the video. Glad you watched. And now, okay. So one of the things that, and this is Endgame spoiler. I mean, they definitely went super over the top, super awesome, super fantastic. But one of the things that that they did in the first one that really made it impactful was Aunt May dying. And the fact that they didn't go there with this one, I mean, they almost went there. Harry almost died, and it was almost impactful. And the fact that Harry was the big villain, well, second or third act villain, you could almost say. But the fact that he's the big villain and he was also Peter's best friend, and they had a chance to kill him off, and they had a chance to make Norman the Green Goblin in the next one, if there's gonna be a next one. I'm sure there is going to be a next one. But they were there. They were right there. and they didn't do it. They didn't even leave it open-ended. They basically said, hey, Harry is still alive. And they're kicking off the G serum. The Goblin serum. I wonder what that is. Oh, man. I mean, there's a lot of great things about this. I mean, they did fantastic with Craven. In fact, I've never actually liked an iteration of Craven so much as this one. I don't think that they could have done him any better. Another gripe I have with it though is Venom. It made sense that the dark or the black spider suit looked like it did. Though I mean the spider suit that he was wearing at the beginning of it wasn't really, well, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I was thinking, Spider-Man Secret Wars, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's a small gripe. But the big thing that I really have a problem with is why did Venom look like Eddie Brock Venom? I mean, Venom with other iterations of Venom in the comics doesn't look like Venom with Eddie Brock with other people that he's symbiosis. I don't know what the word is. That he is bonded with. It doesn't look exactly the same. But this Venom that's bonded with Harry looks exactly the same. I understand that they were trying to make it iconic and visible, and was trying to hit that star power, that recognition. But I mean, when that first initial teaser trailer came up, Venom's head looked thinner. So I thought they were going to go with that. I thought that we were going to get a different Venom than we had with Eddie Brock. And then they actually said point blank, Insomniac, that they were going to use somebody different, not Eddie Brock. And then, the wheels started turning, and then everybody was like, oh, it's going to be Craven, and that's going to be awesome, and Craven Venom, that's cool. That would have been cool. The direction they went in, and as far as the narrative for how they overcame Harry's sickness, okay, that's fine. They're using the symbiote, and he's using it to overcome the sickness. That's fine. But making him look exactly the same didn't work for me. And I think they could have made it a little different. Now, I will say that this is a praise. They're amping up, or their better introduction of Mary Jane and her missions. Fantastic. Such a good change from the last one. In the last one, she's just like stealthing around and everything, and how is she so good at stealth, and whatever. But her having the training from Sable, and then going through and using her taser gun to get through everybody, worked for me. It was all so much better. Another thing that I really liked about Mary Jane, her becoming a Venom, is that fight was fantastic. It was probably the best fight in the whole game. Yeah, and there were some other really, really good fights. There were some really good symbiote fights. Some, the fight against Craven, it was really good. But the fight with Mary Jane and Peter, that was fantastic. And the fight with Miles and Peter, Venom Peter, that was great too. So would love to see more of that in the third one when they have it, if they make it PlayStation 6, maybe. We're pretty early in the generation to say that that the next one will not be for this console. I kind of hope it will be. I kind of hope that the final chapter of Final Fantasy VII is on the PlayStation 5, and that the final chapter of Spider-Man is going to be on PlayStation 5. I'd love to see that. I'd also like to see the new chapter of God of War on PlayStation 5. So I mean, they're making some good moves and everything. Insomniac, they're doing the Wolverine game, so I hope that they do good with that. And I'm not saying that Spider-Man was not a great game. It was a great game. Just wasn't S tier like Baldur's Gate is, in my opinion. And I just don't think it's gonna, do very well at the Game Awards. And I I hope that doesn't make people discredit it, because it's a fantastic game. And if you have a PlayStation 5, it's definitely one that you should play. So anyway, that was my thoughts. This is just me talking about games and movies and in TV and toys and all kinds of stuff. So this has been the first edition of the Midweek Geek, and I hope you guys like this, and give me some feedback if you have any more ideas for me. I'm really good at giving my thoughts when somebody else has prompted me, and then giving a response to that. And that's actually what this was. So one of my buddies was actually asking how this game was, and if it was good, and if it was going to win the Game Award. So I kind of regurgitated that kind of conversation that I had with him back to you guys. So if you have any more thoughts, and you want to get my thoughts on something, shoot me back. Hit me up in the comments, or also, like and subscribe if you aren't already and you've seen this organically. That's really good. That really helps me out. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a good night. I know when I'm going to publish this. Probably tomorrow.